Thank you for joining us on Coffee Break, brought to you by the Middle Alabama Area Agency on Aging, or M4A. M4A is a part of a network of 13 area agencies on aging that cover all 67 counties across the state. We are located in Alabaster, and we cover Blount, Chilton, Shelby, St. Clair, and Walker counties. We would love to find out how we can help your family today. For previous episodes of Coffee Break, feel free to check out our YouTube channel.
Wonderful. Well, we want to welcome everybody into session 15 of Coffee Break. Again, we've been running these since the pandemic really first kicked off back in March. So we're moving along quickly here. And for our next session of Coffee Break 15, session number 15, we are excited to bring to you kind of an innovative new program that we believe can be really impactful for caregivers, especially those within our region across the 5 counties that we cover. So we'll go ahead and kick it off. Again, Coffee Break is brought to you by the Middle Alabama Area Agency on Aging, or M4A, specifically 2 in-house programs known as our PANDA project and our Alabama Cares Caregiver Support Program. We will go over those a little bit later on in the presentation, so hold tight and we'll definitely fill you in on the awesome programs that those 2 are, as well as many other in-house programs here at M4A. We're going to go ahead and kick things off. Today's presenter is the Trualta team, the Trualta Care Network. There's their website, and I am going to pass it over to Mr. Jonathan Davis, who is going to fill us all in on what Trualta is and what they might be able to do for you and your family.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We're really excited to be partnering with M4A and bringing Trualta to the folks in Alabama here. We're going to start by giving you a bit of an overview and then dive in and actually show you the program and give you a good sense for how to use it. And we hope that caregivers on this call will register and sign up and participate in the program. So Trualta is a free online resource provided by M4A, and it was created by experts in aging who post short, quick lessons to help you feel more prepared to manage care at home. We have built it so it's very, very easy to use. You don't have to download an app. You just need the internet, and you can view it on your computer, your laptop, your phone, or your tablet. We've talked to caregivers, especially those caring for loved ones with Alzheimer's or dementia, across the US and Canada. Our company is fully dedicated to helping families like yours, and we really frequently hear questions like these, and maybe they resonate with some caregivers on the phone, but we get asked, am I doing this right? Am I doing enough to care for my loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia? How can I be more prepared for the future? I have a lot of emotions about this. I have no quality time of my own. And I'm tired of theories. I need proven solutions. And it's all these questions are the reasons that we built Trualta. So I'm going to take you into the portal and provide a demonstration, show you how to use it. And after I'm done with the presentation, you'll be able to register. Email Crystal to register. We'll give you all those instructions if this is something that you think you'd like to participate in as a caregiver. When you first log into the portal, you're going to fill out a very quick profile. We're going to ask you for your name and email. We're of course HIPAA compliant, so none of your information will ever be shared or sold. We ask a little bit about you. If you'd like to share, of course you can prefer not to say. And you can add a display name to make sure you're private if you want to participate in any of our online discussions in the portal. So you fill out a very quick profile with us. You select the topics that are most relevant to your care situation. So they might be topics about caring for yourself, caregiver wellness. Stroke is a big area that we have lots of content. Caring for your loved one, especially with Alzheimer's or dementia. Things like safety, injury and fall prevention, nutrition, becoming a dementia expert, all sorts of content, including music therapy, available in the portal. So this will never limit what you see as a caregiver, but if you select the topics that are most interesting to you, we can make sure we recommend the right content to you. And then as a caregiver, every time you log in, you're going to see this screen. And we're here to help you learn about brain health and personal care and safety and injury prevention and caregiver wellness, among many, many other topics. You can see these colorful circles here are badges. And as you complete the lessons, for example, I'm almost done my brain health badge. I've completed 6 out of 8. You actually can track your progress and see how you're doing as you build some of these skills. So let's launch into brain health and we'll show you around. So you can see in the brain health badge, and remember, all this content is kind of free and available to you whenever you need it on your laptop, phone, or tablet. All of these tiles here turning green are different lessons. So let's pop into communication in dementia. You can see it's an 8-minute lesson. When you click on it, you can see the learning objectives. So just very quickly, you can decide if this is something you want to learn about or you need to know. You can read a few bullets of learning objectives. You can continue to scroll to read the whole article. Or if you'd prefer we read it to you, you can actually jump to the bottom, press play, and one of our voiceover artists will actually read it out loud. I'm not sure if you can hear that, to be honest. In addition, if you'd rather download a PDF, print it, email it, share it with a friend, you can do that. All of our modules actually have PDF documents that you can print or share. And at the bottom, you'll see a comment box. We'll show you some other portals where caregivers have shared, some other modules where caregivers have shared their thoughts, shared their stories. You can really see how others are going through many of the same things that you're going through. So that's an example of a module that you can have someone read it to you, or you can read through it yourself, or you can download it. Feel free to drop a question into the chat box if you have any in the Q&A. Happy to answer any questions as we go through. I'm going to scroll slowly so you can see a number of the other topics that we have available. In personal care, things like toileting, shaving, showering. Showering is actually one of our most popular modules in the portal because we know it's tough sometimes for families with a parent or partner with dementia to sort of get them in the shower and clean themselves. Safety and injury prevention. This is fall prevention at home. Caregiver wellness. This is really, really important content for folks on the call here who want to learn, build some resiliency, build some skills, things like caregiver guilt, energy conservation, finding strength through difficult challenges. This one is an amazing video from one of our partners, Teepa Snow. You can watch it directly in the portal, again, on your phone or your tablet. And our caregivers just love listening to Teepa Snow. She provides amazing ideas, a lot of comfort to care for yourself and to care for your loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia. This is really professional level content that M4A has given you access to for free. At the bottom of our modules, you'll see there's a quiz. So if you want to collect your badge and track your progress, you can take a quick 3-question quiz here. And here's an example of a caregiver who shared their story right on the portal. We'll keep going down through the list here to show you some other content. MA4 or M4A is going to add some of their content into Middle Alabama resources so you can see local material. We have activities and recreation, so 7 different courses, and we know how important this is during the pandemic, that you have some ideas for things to do with your loved one. Or for example, keeping hands and minds busy. This is busy boxes and other rummaging ideas, living with purpose, sensory stimulation, using the 5 senses to create meaningful moments. These are great ideas of things that you can do with your loved one at home to help pass the time, help keep the brain active during the pandemic, especially when in isolation. You know how hard it is for you. If you're a grandparent and you're supporting your grandchild, we have some content relevant for you as well. Things like creating a stable routine or trauma-informed care. As we progress through, you can even see Dementia Expert. This is some longer content, but for those of you on the call that want to really understand Alzheimer's, dementia, cognitive decline, really build some skills, some of them are up to an hour or 2 hours long, but it's amazing content that many aides, home health aides, nurses, social workers will also learn. Tifa Snow is a phenomenal educator, so you can watch the video and you can even take the same quiz as a professional level trainee might take. We also have music therapy. So if you're not in the mood to learn or watch a video at this time, just streaming the music can be really nice. Now, music therapy, as you might know, when you have a loved one, friend, or partner, or parent with Alzheimer's or dementia, music can have a real calming effect, and it can give you a couple minutes of respite. We have great stories of husbands and wives dancing for the first time in a long while, or your dad or mom can tap their feet and just listen to the music, giving you a few minutes of respite. We have Big Band Medley, particularly popular one that you can stream directly in the portal. And there's a special technology behind the music that has a calming effect on a person with dementia. So that's an overview of the content that we have in these badges. Again, brain health, personal care, safety and injury prevention, caregiver wellness, and many more. I also want to show you that once you're in the library, you can always search. So if you're worried about oral care, need to see the dentist, you can search that up here. You can also browse by topic. So here you just go to the Learning Library and you can browse all these modules by topic. Again, it shows you whether there's a quiz or not and how long the course is going to take to go through. Most of them are just 5 to 10 minutes. When the team at M4A posts new events, much like this coffee group or virtual support group, you'll see the information up here in the events tab as well. Anyone out there have any questions for us about Trualta's portal?
I don't see any so far. Jennifer, are you seeing any on the Facebook feed?
No, not right now.
Not yet? Okay, no problem. I'm going to
That
scroll
just means that the explanation is wonderful.
I hope so. I hope so. I'm just scrolling through to give folks a little bit of a sense of the type of material that's in the portal. We don't only have healthcare information in here as well, but things like financial safety, estate planning, all sorts of information that, again, you can read it yourself, or you can jump to the bottom and someone could read it to you. All right, Jeremy, if there's no other questions, I'm going to launch back into our document and show folks here how they can get access.
We don't have a question, but we do have a comment that says that this is excellent information. They look forward to using it. So great news there. And outside of that, I don't see anything. So let's jump right back into it.
We better show them how to get started then. Sounds like there's some excited folks on the line. So if you're ready to get started, you can send an email to Crystal, cwhitehead@m4a.org. The email's up there, and Crystal will, chat with you or provide some information via email, and she's going to send you an invitation. And the invitation is going to come from M4A Cares. It's going to say, "Welcome to Trualta" in the subject line, and there's going to be a link. Click here to register. And when you click that link, you'll be able to fill out the profile that I showed you, and you'll have unlimited access to the portal. All right. Well, we hope to see you in there. We're always here if you have any questions or need any help. And we're really, really excited to share Trualta with you, and hope you find it really helpful as you manage care at home during this tough time. Thank you, M4A, for having us.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. We know that it's more important, like you said, more now so than ever, with the world that we've really been forced into. So this is a great asset, really. Again, like Jonathan said, this is a free service that M4A provides to our caregivers. Of course, like you mentioned, you do have to go through our staff to get registered for this. And I had to step away just for a second, Jonathan, but you may have mentioned this, but it is tailored to the specific caregiver's need, correct? Can they set it up to kind of, if there's a topic that's more important to them than the next, maybe, or how exactly does that work again?
Yeah, exactly. So when you fill out the profile as a caregiver up front and you choose those topics, we're going to tailor it to the topics that matter most to you. But we'll never limit what you see. So we'll always have additional content available to you. We just put it in the order that we think is best suited for the topics you're interested in. And then it's really tailored to your care situation, like you say, Jeremy.
Well, that's wonderful. I believe we have Crystal Whitehead, who is our caregiver interventionist, who Jonathan just briefly mentioned. She's on the line as well. So I don't know if Crystal, if you want to add anything to that, but Jonathan did a really great job of really summing everything up. And again, if you have any questions about it, even more so after the live feed, feel free to reach out to us. We can definitely try to answer any questions and get you signed up as quickly as possible. We do have a question here, Jonathan. Is there a time limit to the use of the documents?
Great question. No, there isn't. We partner with M4A, and so all of M4A's caregivers will have unlimited access to the portal.
Awesome. Even better. The gift that keeps giving.
Exactly. And the nice thing is we're always adding content. So you might go through it initially and do a bulk of the program, but we put up 2 to 3 new modules a month based on what caregivers are asking for. So there's always going to be new content up there. And if you ever have any ideas, you can send them over to us or add them into the comments, and we'll make sure to produce the content that is sort of best suited for your needs.
You answered my question, because that's what I was going to follow up with. If anybody knows anything best about caregiving, it's caregivers. So if there's ever a question that or some content that they want to see, that was going to be my question, is how do we get that back to you guys? So glad that you clarified there, because we know that caregivers are superheroes, and being able to impact other caregivers across the world really is always important. So that's awesome. Again, we thank you guys so much for joining in. That was a short presentation, of course, but like we said, we will be kind of trimming this up a little bit, putting it across our social media formats. Short presentation, but the portal has a ton of information that just keeps giving. So be sure to get with cwhitehead@m4a.org to get registered for that today, as well as with our PANDA and Alabama Cares programs. We are both big supporters of Trualta, so make sure you get with us today to get you signed up for that. Crystal, did you want to review over any Living Well Alabama information while we had a few minutes?
Sure. So going back to Trualta really quick, one of the biggest benefits that most of the caregivers we've enrolled have found is It's wonderful when you can come out and do coffee breaks and things like that, but those are only available at specific times, or you have to wait for the video to be uploaded to YouTube or something along those lines. But if you're in a really stressful situation and you're at your wit's end, but nobody is at our office to be able to reach out and talk with, you do have this portal that's available 24/7. So that's a huge benefit. And if it's 7, 8 o'clock at night and your loved one is having a hard time settling down for the day and they're becoming more agitated or upset, we've had caregivers turn on the music therapy modules and just give them something good and calming and peaceful to listen to and help them settle into a bedtime routine, which has also been helpful. Now, as far as Living Well, Alabama goes, we've had some exciting updates. Some of you guys may have been familiar with this based off of the in-person 6-week course that we would do at Living Well, Alabama. For those of you who are not familiar, is an ACL grant that M4A was awarded to teach people how to not just live with a chronic condition, but how to actually thrive with a chronic condition, meaning that you're managing your chronic condition and your chronic condition is not dictating how you live your life. So it's a wonderful 6-week course that has been challenged by the coronavirus pandemic because, you have people with chronic conditions, and it was based in an in-person format that might not necessarily be a good idea for persons with chronic conditions, especially if we could not guarantee that appropriate social distancing measures could be ensured. So what we've done is we've reformulated that a little bit into both a virtual format and an at-home study at your own pace format. So if you have any questions or you're interested in either of those facets, you can get in touch with Brianna Thomas. That's bthomas@m4a.org, and she can get you plugged in with the next group. The virtual groups would function more like a video call with a friend or a family member, because everybody can see everybody and everybody can talk and offer feedback, which is a little bit different from what we're doing today, just for purposes of confidentiality. Obviously, we didn't want everybody's information to be out there without them choosing that for themselves. So as far as that goes, that's how it's set up differently from today, but it is offered over Zoom. So if you've successfully joined the program today, you could actually very easily join a Living Well Alabama virtual class and be able to participate and meet with other individuals with chronic conditions or those who care for someone with a chronic condition. That just gives you some extra tools in your toolbox to be able to manage your condition or help to partner with your loved one as they manage their condition, so that you can have a more successful, more empowered, more a life that is more what you want it to be and less what your condition says it has to be. So that's a benefit there. Again, bthomas@m4a.org, and she can get you signed up. The at-home toolkits are exactly like the webinars are, or not the webinars, the virtual program is. Just the only difference is you will have weekly phone calls as opposed to a weekly face-to-face meeting with a group. You will have one individual that calls you and just kind of make sure that you don't have any questions about the content of that week's lesson or anything along those lines. And I believe that is it for the updates on that part as well. And thank you, Jeremy, for getting out Brianna's email address. I certainly do appreciate that.
No problem. And Jennifer also dropped Crystal's email in the chat feature as well. So for those of you who didn't grab that earlier, it is cwhitehead@m4a.org. And of course, for Living Well, Alabama, the contact there is Brianna Thomas versus bthomas@m4a.org. Crystal can help you with all things Alabama Cares, as well as Trualta, but she's also a lay leader with Living Well, Alabama. She's not the program coordinator, Miss Brianna is, but she can certainly get any information that you need. So we don't have any questions that I see. A couple of praises, Jonathan. Again, looks like we had a comment on our Facebook feed that this is, continually getting praises for great content. We excited to get started. So we really do hope that we have some of you guys reach out to us to really tap into this free asset that M4A has made available to the public. So definitely get with us today and see how we might be able to help out. All right, well, we're going to move along to M4A, of course. Like I mentioned earlier, we are the Middle Alabama Area Agency on Aging. The short name, of course, is M4A, and our tagline is assisting all ages at all stages. So just a brief overview of who we are. We operate in all 67 counties, but we are one of 13 local area agencies on aging that cover the state of Alabama. As you see, we're right there in the center of the state, primarily the center of the state. However, we do not cover Jefferson County. As you see right above us, we have a sister agency that covers that region, but we do make sure that we're spread out all across the state to make sure that every edge of the state is covered by our core services across our aging network. Simply put, our overall mission for our aging network, is to age in place within the community. So really, we're providing services, like we mentioned in the previous slide, all ages at all stages. We're providing services to really any age, so that we can try to make sure that there's a quality of life to age within our communities of our clients' choices. So our mission here in-house for M4A specifically is to empower individuals, people living with disabilities, and their caregivers to self-advocate, as well as live independently and safely within the communities of their choice. Again, our agency's motto is assisting all ages at all stages. More about the counties that we serve. Of course, we are located in Alabaster in Shelby County, but we also cover Blount County, Chilton County, St. Clair County, Shelby County, and Walker counties, as well as Jefferson County for our senior employment program. That is the only county the only program that we actually have oversight in Jefferson County. Again, there's another agency that kind of covers that region for the services that we provide across the state. How it all starts for us, we have an Aging and Disability Resource Center, or ADRC shortened, is basically just a one-stop shop. It's a single point of entry whenever consumers call us to see what types of services either they, their loved one, their client, if they're a professional social worker or nurse, they serve as kind of like the one-stop shop where you can contact our agency and really get served or get screened for all types of services and benefits that we're aware of, that we offer in-house as well as throughout the community, to see what services might be beneficial. Then, of course, we provide those resources to the families or to the individuals. And then, of course, if there are referrals that need to be made in-house, we do that as well. And, we follow up as coordinators for programs. We follow up with the families to see how we might be able to help best in those situations. Now, traditionally, the way that we do things, right now, of course, our office is closed due to the coronavirus, but we do have, the traditional call-in. If you want to mail us, that might be a little slower than most options, but of course you can email our agency. But really now, to make it this was something that we were long overdue on, but to really make it the most beneficial and convenient for caregivers and families alike in the community, we made it an online format. So now, instead of having to call up here or stop by, you can really just go through our website portal, www.m4a.org/referral, and you can click either make a referral if you want to make a referral on behalf of someone else, or get help for yourself. And that will take you to either whichever screen you select, and it will kind of walk you through the steps of the information that you're inquiring about, whether they need legal assistance, health and wellness. You kind of see some examples there. Then, of course, there's a notes section. And this really provides our ADRC staff with really important information to be able to follow up on the call and the referral that you submit to us. This is really the quickest way to get through to our agency. This really gives you the opportunity to paint the most vivid picture for us because we do have various programs throughout our agency, and this really kind of helps us narrow down what services would fit kind of the situation the most and help be the most impactful in your life. So you just kind of walk through those, submit it to our queue, and we will have a representative get back in contact with you to really screen you for the services that you see there on your screen, as well as many others. But these are our key programs or our core services that are offered across the state. Those include nutrition programs. We have homebound meals programs. We also have kind of a partnership and oversight with many of the senior centers across our region. So, you know, we provide those hot meals, both hot and frozen homebound meals. We also have caregiver support services with our Alabama Cares program, which I am the coordinator of. Ms. Crystal Whitehead, who just spoke, is the caregiver interventionist, as well as our PANDA project, which is a new initiative in the Shelby County region specifically, where Ms. Jennifer Fuller and Ashley Creamer, they kind of provide supportive services to not only caregivers, but those living with dementia, as well as IDD across the Shelby County region. That is a 3-year grant that we've been able to, luckily get, and we were really proud of that. And that really helps to empower those living within the Shelby County region who are walking the path with a dementia-related diagnosis. Those, of course, are the 2 programs that host these coffee break sessions. We both have Facebook social media pages that we try to get as much information about, whether it be our Living Well Alabama program, other in-house programs, Trualta, whatever those resources we find to be useful. So be sure to like those and share those pages so that we can connect to the caregivers that we've not yet been able to reach out to, as well as those that we're already serving. We also have a Senior RX program that helps with medication assistance. If you find yourself in a situation where you've lost drug coverage, or like in the gap period with Medicare, or whatever the case may be, they might be able to help you. There are varying eligibility criteria based on financial, physical, as well as age throughout M4A services that we provide. And each of these have kind of individual eligibility requirements, with Senior RX being one of those as well. Now, Senior RX it's a statewide program, I believe, that is sponsored through state legislators. So that's a program that could really be beneficial, again, for those who've lost drug coverage. They work directly with the manufacturers to get low cost, no cost drugs. So that might be really important for many families. So be sure to check that out. We also have our insurance counselor expert, Ms. LaToya Shelton, who's our SHIP coordinator. She is currently running 100 miles an hour right now during open enrollment. She joined us for coffee break, I believe, last time to kind of go over the open enrollment period, as well as the SHIP program, which is the state of Alabama health insurance program. She can do one-on-one counseling with you to see what types of insurances you currently have through Medicare, or Part C plans, or Part Ds, and all the rest of the alphabet. She can kind of help make sense of all that and help get you the best insurance plan to fit your situation. Of course, open enrollment is going on right now, and it finishes up in the early part of December. So now is a prime time to go ahead and call our agency and get hooked up with her to see how she might be able to help. Again, we have a senior employment program, and this is the program that we cover in Jefferson County, which basically takes individuals who are looking to, I believe the age is 55 and older, throughout our 6-county region. If you found yourself in a position to where you're looking to get back into the workforce, we partner with nonprofit agencies to provide that partnership. It's a service that the participants get paid a stipend to do those services. So really our partners are benefiting from really free labor, but we're also at the same time being able to provide much needed job placement, really long-term, is what our ultimate goal there is. So another great program. We also have legal assistance with our elder law attorney. We partner with an attorney out of Opelika that covers a majority of the state of Alabama, who is a specialist in long-term care type preparations, whether it be advanced directives, powers of attorney, getting ready for Medicaid placement and things like that. So she's an expert. She joined us a few coffee break sessions ago as well, and she's a wealth of knowledge. So if you have any types of questions, especially for those 60 and older, she can help provide services to help out your situation there. Of course, really office-wide, all of our programs have some type of elder justice initiative That just comes with the territory of our agency. We are an aging disability resource center, of course, so we try to strive to always provide, whether it be informative workshops. I know that there was one this morning. We always try to do, during normal circumstances, we have actual events in the community to help empower those throughout our communities to not only identify, but proactively prevent any type of elder abuse and kind of be eyes and ears for those who might not be able to have that capability on their own. So we're always trying to have some type of elder abuse prevention initiatives, and those vary, but they are plenty. So always try to stay tuned to our social media accounts to learn more about the great events that we have, both virtually and in the community. And then really our largest program is our Medicaid waiver program. And simply put, the Medicaid waiver program that's more of a long-term care program that provides supportive services for families and individuals in the community to really help delay long-term care placement into a nursing facility or assisted living facility or something similar to that. That really brings in those services that are vital into the community setting to really, again, help those individuals age in place, as do all of these programs. So that's really, again, the ultimate goal there, is to make sure that we help provide supportive services for families and consumers to help them age in place. If you do find yourself in a nursing home facility or have a loved one that goes into a long-term care facility, we do have a local ombudsman who can kind of be that liaison and middle person to kind of speak on behalf of the resident, as well as kind of be, again, the middleman between the facility and the resident to try to reduce any issues that they may find themselves encountering. And occasionally, Ryan will get a few compliments as well. So it's not always bad news. Sometimes it's good news as well. So that's always good. But he's there in case families need any type of interaction between, again, the families, the resident, and the facility to really try to mitigate any issues that may arise. Of course, we are on all social media accounts. Well, the four big ones anyway. We're not on some of these TikTokers or Snapchats or wherever the rest of the never-ending social media platforms are, but we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as a newsletter. Really, the easiest way to get on our newsletter is if you come to our website. The first thing that you're going to not have any option to avoid is this huge pop-up that says, join our newsletter and hear about all the great things that are happening across our communities. Of course, all of our programs, especially with our Panda project and our Alabama Cares programs, we have our own newsletters that we send out mostly weekly. So anytime there's events like Coffee Break or other events that we host or that we're aware of, we always try to put those in our newsletter. So feel free to like us, follow us, share us, whatever else you feel the need to do to us, except for post negative comments, because well, I guess that can be constructive for us. So you can do those too. We'll just send all those to Crystal Whitehead. She can deal with those. And then of course, join our newsletter to always try to find out what's going on in our region and make sure that you stay up to date with what's going on. And of course, if you have any suggestions, again, like Jonathan said, if you have any suggestions for them, send suggestions their way. If you have any suggestions for us, especially as it relates to content for Coffee Break, always feel free to reach out to our agency to present that to us, or if there's an event that you want to have highlighted in our newsletter that you think could be very important for consumers across our region, make sure you get that to us. We do already have our next Coffee Break session planned, of course. We do these every other week, so the next one is 2 weeks from today. I believe that is November the 4th, the day before my birthday, if anyone's keeping up with that. And that will be from 1 to 2, same time, same place, different date. So we will be meeting, and we will be brought a presentation brought to you by the Community of Hope Clinic located here in the Pelham region. But they are a great organization. Justin Johnston, the executive director, is going to be joining us to kind of preview what they're about, who they help, how they help, and where they're located, et cetera. So go ahead and mark your calendars. Make sure you join us for that, because that'll definitely be another great presentation. There's our contact information there. If you need us for any reason, definitely reach out to us again, both either virtually through email. We have, of course, a physical address located there, 209 Cloverdale Circle, Alabaster, Alabama. Although our doors are closed, you're still able to swing by if you need to. So definitely don't hesitate doing that if you feel the need to drop by and say, hey, it's nice to see some different faces every now and then. So of course, our phone number is 205-670-5770. and toll free at 1-866-570-2998, or you can visit us online at www.m4a.org. So I've got nothing left to say. I know after all that, it doesn't seem like I was ever going to quit, but we don't have really anything else to cover. We've covered a lot today. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us. If you want to get signed up for Trualta, reach out to Ms. Crystal Whitehead at cwhitehead@m4a.org. Or if you need to get any information about Alabama Cares, you can reach out to her or me at jrains@m4a.org. You can reach out to Ms. Jennifer Fuller about information regarding the PANDA program or project at jfuller@m4a.org. And lastly, Ms. Brianna Thomas covers our Living Well Alabama program at bthomas@m4a.org. So we hope that you enjoyed today's presentation. It's a little shorter than the usual coffee break sessions, but we'll be back at it in a couple of weeks. Again, reach out to us if you need any assistance with anything. We'll do the best we can to try to connect you back to those resources. So we hope everyone has a great rest of your week. Stay safe, and we will see you next time.